You know you can want what you want and not actively seek it out, right? One of the things that I keep discovering in the dating world, especially, is if you tell someone what you want, they think that means that they have to try to become that, which means you're not going to work. You have to be that first. What I mean by that is, energetically, I can want to be married. You want someone who wants to be married. Now, does that mean in the end you will get married? No. But it's better to start with the idea of knowing what you want in the end and going with the flow. This is what everyone's talking about with the slow burn and when you're doing all these monthly rules on how to date. Do intentional dating. When you meet someone, you know if you're attracted to them. I need people to stop playing like they don't know when they're attracted to someone. Yes, you can hang out with someone and not be attracted to their physical and become attracted to them emotionally, spiritually, all the other levels. That happens too. Depending on where you are in your journey is how you're going to attract in those you want. Again, both are parts of you. So don't reject one over the other as if it's better than the other. That's why some people keep saying, oh, fall for someone who's quiet and this and that, but logical and German Shepherd, and follow someone who's a golden retriever who's always giving you attention. Know what you want so that when it comes to you, you get to say yes or no. It's that simple. You don't have to date them all. That's the problem with most. When we go into dating, when they're talking about attachment styles and all these different things, when it comes along with learning yourself and learning someone else, we assume that because we like them and we're talking to them, they want the same thing. And that's where you're going to get your feelings hurt every single time. We also assume that because someone gives us attention and because the last one we dated was crappy, maybe the next one's going to be good. Only if you did your work. If you didn't do any homework and you just sat there and you cried and you got it out and that's fine, but then you went back out into the dating world and you didn't heal yourself, you didn't ask any questions, you resolved nothing, you're going to attract the same partner because energetically you're at the same state. It doesn't matter if you're more mature or have a new job or in a better place in life. If you yourself never gave yourself closure from that last relationship, you will repeat the cycle. That's how it works. That's why we keep attracting people we don't like and do like. And then when we get to the level of what we think we like, it's not all as cracked up to be either because they're both two halves of a whole. Remember, we are energetic beings. We are made of multiple things. But the most dualistic part of us is our brain. And we've already decided and labeled them. I didn't label them this, somebody else did. Masculine and feminine, logical and creative, whatever it wants to be, understand you're both. So if you meet someone who's one over the other and you are preferring to have one over the other, then seek that out. But know within that, you're still going to have to do the work of duality and polarity and understanding that even if this person is the most stereotypical stereotype of a distorted male or or divine male, because you can be a divine male who's just super masculine and knows nothing about nothing, and you can be a super masculine female who knows nothing about nothing, but you're a protector and you show up and you provide. That's great. But you also probably have a lot more conflict on the inside because you don't ever get any answers to your feminine energy because you're so busy being your masculine. The same thing for the feminine. It goes back and forth. I tell you, how you put light on it is your decision. Your consciousness is a dimmer. You can dim it up and down as much as you like and choose what you want. You can choose someone who's higher conscious. You can choose someone who's more low vibrational. It's at your discernment. So you have to say, not, universe, why do you keep bringing me somebody that keep doing this? Because you won't change. You keep saying that you've done the work, but you have not allowed the work to clear space, which means when you come into a confrontation with somebody, and let's say you've healed from the ex, you guys are cool, it's cordial, it's a clean break, nobody's mad at the other person. So you meet a new person and you start communicating. If this person starts reminding you of exes or starts triggering you and your first response is to fight back, you lost. You did not win because you're supposed to say, in my last encounter, this is what I did. What do I want to do new? Because last time I've done this multiple times and it always blows up at this spot. So what do I want to do at this spot that's going to be different? And just the smallest thing of, yeah, let me get back to you versus, you know what, will change everything. This is why dating is important for self first. Date yourself first. Trust me, everyone who thought I was a serial dater. And I'm like, no, I'm doing research. I'm out here trying to help people understand that, listen, We're meant to explore relationships and connections and sexual identity and all these things. That's beautiful. At the end of the day, your journey is still that of a soul incarnated in a human body. You get to be whatever you want this avatar to be. You can name it, rename it, dress it, undress it, tattoo it, not tattoo it, dye it, whatever, cut it up. That's your prerogative. The soul is still there. Has the soul done the work? If the soul has not done the work, you're going to repeat the cycle. May it be emotionally, physically, spiritually, afterlife, ancestor, whatever. You have to know who you are and work on yourself enough to know it's okay to know what I want and not seek it. So if you understand that I know who I am, I know what I deserve, then you're not going to run after everything and chase after everything that comes to you, right? If you meet somebody, you start having a conversation, and they tell you in the beginning, you know what, I'm not ready for that, or I'm not actually looking for that. Trust them. We've said this before. Trust them. Leave them alone. They'll come back around. It's okay if they're not texting you every day and they're not in your sphere. Understand that now they put themselves in a friend zone. If they text you, be a friend. Be polite. Hey, what's up? How you doing? But don't go into, oh, they never called me. You ghosted me. Okay, that still hurt. You lost again, right? These are cycles of the same thing that we keep repeating. So if we learn ourselves enough through everything that we've done through the past that made it resistance, again, you're going to have things that don't align, but you don't have to create resistance, right? There's going to be times when you're going at the same pace, at the same speed, but you're going to go different tractions. You might have a slippier slope than them. They might have more grip. You're still both going to get to the top. Don't stop to judge how they're getting there. That's not your journey, right? If they're not catching up to you when by the time you reach your peak, it is your choice to wait or move on or just say what it is, what it is. You don't have to put anything on it until you're ready for it, but knowing what you want is more important. Knowing who you are is the most important thing. Stating it to yourself, you have to do daily. You don't have to do it daily, but I mean saying who you are to yourself. I'm a human with a soul who's learning its spirit. And whatever my spirit is connected to, then that's where I'm going to go. Because that's the part of the spiritual journey where I say it's not for the weak. Once you clear avatar level, which is the human, then you got to clear soul level, which is past life. Once you clear past life, you got to clear higher life, which is spirit. Remember, the spirit, if it's a higher self of us, it means it has another self that is higher than it. There's always a higher. That's the whole point of unfolding. There's always many levels to this. So depending on where your last avatar left off, if there was any corruption in the timeline, then that's how far back you go. And if your ancestors were tapped in, tuned in, and you got the right evidence in life to teach you how to love on yourself, you're going to trust that intuition over that of the masses, which is how you heal. And when you heal and go back out into the world, you don't hold on to it and not share it. You let people know, listen, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm seeking. But I'm not saying we have to do all that today. Just know that if we're going to get to know each other, this is going to be intentional, right? The one thing that I keep seeing that all the dating advice keeps missing is they're saying, take your time, become friends first. That's fine. We can be friends first, but it has to be intentional friendship. What does that mean to me? Intentional friendship is saying, I have an interest in you that is more than anybody else, which means if you just want to be a best friend, I want to hang out with you the most because you seem like somebody I can confide in. If it's a partner, you know what? You're the one that I really want to give my most romantic interest in. So yes, we're still friends. We're not touching, kissing, and all this. We're not future bombing, but we're still saying, hey, I'm interested in you. So don't put me on the back burner too far, right? That's okay. That's intentional dating. That's intentional friendships. Unintentional, you just meet somebody, you become friends with them. And that's natural. And guess what? You end up texting that person every day and you didn't even put them through the ringer. You just trusted them gullibly. Why? I don't just trust anyone just because it's a friend or they're polite to me or we get along. So why would you put somebody that you're getting to know through even more strenuous? You got to do it for everyone. There's no one over the other to me. So know yourself, love yourself, be your friend, know who you are as a friend, represent that in your partnerships and relationships, and know what you want. So that when you enter new cycles, you're not dragging in old crap and repeating the same cycle over and over and over and over and over again. Love ya.